Hi there, Robin here, and today we're going to be talking about Debra Professional Audio's new UX series mixer. They were very nice to send it to me. I did ask them for it because I was looking for a karaoke mixer, and specifically I needed to have a line of effects that would really dial in for karaoke use. Now you think a regular mixer can do that, or any mixer can do that, but no, mixers are very unique when it comes to the way they set up their effects. Every brand tweaks it a little bit differently. These guys happen to really dial into what people are looking for when they're looking at DJing, house parties, karaoke, that sort of thing. So I really liked the setup of this. And they were nice enough to send me the mixer along with their wireless microphones. But today in this video, it's all about the mixer. So let's get to it and cover all the features. So first I want to say thanks for watching the video, and we're going to cover all the features. But first I do want to start with two things: the instruction manual and how to properly turn everything on. The instruction manual is really well laid out, and remember this comes in three sizes: the 4, 6, and 8 channel, and today we're going to be talking about the 8 channel. The Bluetooth version you're going to get with it is 5.1, and it works out really well. I'll tell you the advantages of having this, which is really important. It also comes with a built-in audio interface, so if you want to plug it into your computer, you can do that. You're going to get 2 channels that come into the actual mixer, and that's going to allow you to play music off of your computer or YouTube or wherever you want to get your content from and pump it into the mixer directly. Also gives you 1 channel leading out, so it's going to give you mixed audio out so you can record on your computer using software programs like Audacity and other ones like that. So again, the instruction manual, well written, well laid out, multi-language, but nice part is color picture, so it's very easy to follow along with what you see here. And hopefully with this video, you'll be all set and ready to go. They do give you some basic understandings and instructions on how everything works, so if you're very new to this, don't worry, it's not that complicated, but it's good to have a book that helps you get from point A to point B to point C all the way to the end with no problem. In a minute, you'll be all set up and ready to go. A couple of basic rules to understand is that you want to start by plugging in everything you'd like to have plugged into it. So I have my wireless microphones plugged into it. I also have my MP3 ready to go. I've got my USB stick here, so we're all set there. And I've got my speakers connected via XLR. And today I'm using some Gemini speakers plugged in on the back wall, and they're going to be playing everything for us. So this, when we're listening to the mixer, that's what we're actually going to listen to. Now those are plugged in, but of course the speakers aren't turned on, the microphones aren't turned on, nothing is on yet. How did we do this? You start by the very first thing you have, which is your microphones. Then we're going to have those going in here. We're going to then turn on the mixer, and then we'll turn on our speakers, subwoofer, anything else we have plugged in after that. So very important, if you turn on your speakers first, when you turn on the microphones or you turn on the mixer, you could get a popping sound, which is very unsettling. So if you don't want to have that problem, definitely follow this. So we're going to do it here together. We're going to start by turning on the wireless microphones. Then we're going to turn on the mixer. Once the lights go down, we're ready to go. I'm going to turn on those speakers now. So now the speakers are turned on, everything's ready to go. We can even try it out if we want. We can simply take the microphone, turn on our microphone just like this. It's channel A. I've set channel A up on channel 1 on my mixer. So when I do this, there we go. No problem, it's working for us, just straightforward as that. Now how did I get to all of that with the mixer? Well, we're going to cover that right now. This mixer, of course, 8 channels. They're individually laid out, and a nice part is the first 6 channels are all individual channels, so we're not pairing off anything there. Only the last channel down here is going to get paired off, 7 and 8, and if you use the left channel, that's mono. If you're not familiar with that, you can either have a stereo signal, left and right, ooh, or you can have a mono signal where everything is put in the same place. So that's how that works there. Now, when we look at individually channels, you've got 3 buttons on them all the way across. Those 3 buttons are going to represent our phantom power. So if you have a condenser microphone, you're doing a podcast live show like that, and you decide to get yourself a condenser microphone, you can use that feature right there. It also works if you have microphones like this one here, which is called a P30 from Sterling. It happens to have a built-in preamp right in the microphone. There's a little light there and even tells you phantom power required. That's a very nice feature. Now, if you're using any type of microphones like Shure's or any other brand, phantom power on or off normally doesn't cause a problem. Definitely if you're a person who's familiar with ribbon microphones, depending on the age and model, those could be issues. Coming down here, we've got a 26 dB. Now this helps us control the gain levels between what we plug in. So a microphone, we want to have a lot of gain options. We want to be able to amplify that microphone because there's no additional power besides what you sing into the microphone and talk into that microphone. So you want to be able to have full gain controls. That's this dial here. Allows you to make the microphone as strong or as weak as possible. You want to dial it somewhere where it's comfortable. Now this button allows you to tweak that really well, because if you're plugging something in like a keyboard or electric drum, something like that, you may want to press that button down. It cuts everything down by 26 dBs. So it's really hot for microphones, but you cool it down a bit for your actual gain controls. That's nice. The last one is an 80 hertz cutoff. Now that's for the low end frequency. So if you're talking to the microphone and you may have air conditioning or heating running in the background, you're worried you're picking that up, background noise, that sort of thing, that will cut that off. So if I'm using a microphone, I definitely want to push those buttons in if I don't need that low end frequency. Now quickly getting down to the EQs. EQs are very beneficial. They are going to make your microphone sound really good or make your microphone sound really bad, depending on what you're looking for. So you definitely want to feel comfortable with how you adjust your microphone inputs, and that's basically play around with it a bit. There's no right or wrong. EQs is like cream and sugar in your coffee. You can have it with nothing, straight up, that's black coffee, plain, nothing at all added to it. Or you can start adding in, you can add some cream and sugar in there. Maybe you want to have some pumpkin spice in the middle. That's up to you. Having it or not having it, it's up to you. What you never want to do is adjust them all exactly the same. You never want to go and say, at exactly everything, set it all exactly, let's say make it straightforward, 3 o'clock. If I do this, all I've done is added 7.5 dB to everything, which means I just made everything louder and didn't make anything different. So you definitely want to adjust it, and you want to start with small increments. Remember, the dial goes down as much as it goes up, so you want to find that sweet spot that works best for you, that you're happy with. But remember, if they're all going up, then you probably could have done this, pulled one back and dialed up the other two a little bit, and you would have done the same thing. The next one's effects. We're going to have a lot of fun with that right now, because there is 100 effects in this actual unit, which is, like I said, the main reason why you bought it. I'm going to have a second video posted, which is just going to be the effects, but I will cover at least 2 of them here for you today. So again, I'm going to turn on my microphone. This microphone happens to be on A, that's this channel right here, and we're going to turn it on, so we'll be all set there. And what we'll do now is we'll turn off the actual lapel mic so you hear all the effects. So we are on microphone number 2. So here I can pan it to the left, I can pan it to the right, and it works just like that. Now why am I dialed in here? Because I pre-select this before we started. I have my second mic EQ'd the way I like to have it, and I have the pan set up, and I have the level set up right here at the bottom. Now, anytime you make adjustments here, you may need to make some fine-tuning adjustments at the bottom here to balance it all off, and your levels are going to do all that for you as well. And it's as simple as that. If I talk into it or talk out of it, it's going to allow me to adjust what I have as an output. Here we go. Effects, and this is what it's all about. The dial turns back and forth and goes from 00 to 99. That's 100 different effects levels. Now, for any one of these effects levels to take place, you actually have to do one thing. Push in the button. Now they stop blinking. Now they're on solid. So now we have an effects. We're at 00. How do we make it sound? Because I don't hear anything yet. I'm going to turn up my effects dial here, and that's going to bring it. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here for you. Bring it up to at least 60%. Then I have to turn up my main effects. Why do I have a separate dial? So this way I can adjust everybody's effects, which means all of these are going to be on whatever effects I set here. The only variance I have is how loud or how much of an impact that effect has to that channel. So here we go. I turn up this level, and it's going to mix this in to the main proportionately. So if I set this up at 30%, the effects will always be 30% of whatever my volume level is right there. So there we go. Now I've set it at 50% so you can hear it and have a good benefit sound to it. So, ooh, look at that. So we'll quickly go through some of them. So again, reverb, we'll turn that up all the way here. We'll get it up to at least into the 20s. Hit that button and see what it sounds like. Ooh, that's so big. Okay, so let's keep going, get past that. So now we're into an early return delay, and then you get echo features. If you go up even higher to 60, let's say, right there. Now we're into an echo option. Ooh, crazy echo option. Then you get wah wah at 75. And there we go. We got some wah wah happening right there. And like I said, there's all kinds. So if you get into 80, you're going to get into radio voice options. So now I got that radio voice. I'm on a Mexican, whoa, radio. And then you keep going. And then, by the way, that was a song from the 80s, so you can look that up.
And yeah, so like I said, it keeps going. And I'm going to have a separate video that covers everything you could possibly want to see in here. But this is the multi-effects at the end, which is very nice because they combine the two and get it into a sweet spot and get this all working for you. So very nice, very easy to use. That's the reason why I got this mixer. I wasn't concerned about this. I knew I was going to get the same qualities I get out of a lot of other mixers on this side here, so that was very comfortable. It's this feature right here which makes this very important if you're looking for a karaoke or a mixer for your garage band, that sort of thing. You want to get that. That's really nice.
So and here we are past the crazy part of the effects, which was awesome, by the way. And we're going to talk about the USB option. So the USB Bluetooth MP3 player, let's cover it. That's what it really is up there. It also has the analog RCA inputs options right here. Makes it very easy to play anything that you've pre-recorded and set up on your USB stick. So for playback, if you need a backtrack or anything like that for your GarageBand setup, there you go. Karaoke, if you're just practicing, it's a nice setup. If you want to have something additional, there you are. Now, all you do is pop in a USB stick or pair off with your phone to it and you'll be all set and fine. Now, just like working the rest of the mixer, that's hooked up on this line here. There's a button here that's different from everything else. This button says line USB. Either these guys is what I'm listening to, the analog lines at the bottom, or I'm listening to the USB Bluetooth PC option, your connection to your computer, right? Your audio interface. So I just dialed that up a bit. And there you go. That's what that sounds like. I know I still have my lapel mic on, but it's very easy, very simple to mix this in, and you get bass and treble control in that. So this is better than just pairing off to the speakers, because now you actually have some control with that. And I'm just playing around with the bass and treble controls here to really change up what we have. And it's pretty simple to use it once you get used to it. It's very fast, very easy. It's very lined up really well, very consistent. I like it. I mean, I've seen a lot of mixers that are similar to it, and this matches a whole family. If I had all three of them, I would use this for a brand new comparison of a small, medium, and large mixer, because so many people need mixers. You want to have something that's easy and convenient for you. It's always best if you're planning on having you and some friends over, so you need at least 4, you definitely want to have a 6-channel, because this way you can at least plug in 4 with room to grow. If it was only for yourself and you only need 1 or 2, then you get yourself a 4. Maybe if you're just playing on 1 microphone, get yourself the standard 4-channel mixer, which will get you 2 microphone inputs. But in this case, I've got myself the 8 and I'm very happy. Now over here we've got our output options on it. So on the output you have your monitor option, left and right, which are this control here. This is also a nice sweet spot to put your subwoofer into if you want to have separate control for your sub. I've done videos on that. That's a great way. It allows you to control your subs separate from your mains. You've got your FX out, which means that in place of using the built-in digital effects that are here, maybe I want to use this as a stage monitor, or I just need to run this into some other processor. I can use that effects option right there. Headphone jack for a traditional headphone connection, which is going to give you this dial here, allows you to hear what's going on with the mixer. And there you go. Again, I'm not upset with the sound quality. It works out really well. And if you're looking for karaoke, everything you need is included. You're going to get your USB cable so you can plug it into your computer. All you need to do is buy yourself a nice wireless microphone setup that you want, get yourself the cables that are needed, and you're all set to go. So there you go. I hope this video helped you out in your buying decision today. It's a fun mixer to get. It does come in 3 different sizes. The links will be down below for you. So if you want to get into it, by all means use that link option. It'll help you wherever you are, regardless if it's the US, Australia, Canada, UK. That link will get you to where you need to go to be able to buy this mixer, or at least get the right price so you can make a buying decision. Like I say, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now. So that's how we get the whole thing set up. Now you're ready to go. Set it up with your TV and you'll be just fine.